Greetings to those who are viewing this video on squaredoctagon.com. If you're viewing on YouTube, then I recommend you go to squaredoctagon.com and have a look at the website. It's run by a friend of mine who now hosts all my predictions and recap videos, and I do write articles there for it. At the moment I'm doing one on the current series of Tough. So if you haven't seen it, go and take a look. It's also a site that looks at boxing and some of the other arts as well, so it's well worth a look. I don't usually like to do prediction videos more than a week in advance of the performance. The reason being that there's not enough interest generated early because of the events being so close together. And secondly, these cards are subject to change by injury, usually at least up until a week before the event. But because I'm actually going to UFC 120, I have to have my 121 picks done already and up, because that takes place the week after. It's a hard life. I'm going to start at the bottom. We've got Gilbert Weevil versus John Madsen. John Madsen is a hit squad fighter with a perfect record of 6. I do believe that Gilbert Weevil is a step up from him, just really because of record. 36 and 15 is Gilbert Weevil. Having said that, he's coming off 2 UFC losses in a row, and despite the record, I think that John Madsen will probably take this one. I'm going to go for TKO in the 3rd there. Dongi Yang is facing Chris Camozzi. Dongi is from Korean top team with a perfect record of 9. You may not have heard of him, but he has actually been around in some of the big organisations, both Deep and Sengoku. Chris Camozzi, this is not his debut in the UFC, although I have to say I don't remember him from whenever he last fought. He's on a 3-fight win streak. I think he'll probably win again here. I'm going to go for decision though. Sam Stout is facing Paul Taylor. Paul Taylor, you know, he has such a dodgy record. Win, loss, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Sam Stout, he's coming off a loss as well, and he has his last 6 matches, all the way back to 2007, have all finished in some way or shape or form by decision. I think this is going to thus be a decision victory again for him. He needs to be on top form here, but I think he will be, and if he is, I think he can probably beat Paul Taylor. If not, then I think Paul Taylor will get the decision, but I don't think it will be finished. Mike Gumman is facing Daniel Roberts. Daniel Roberts is coming off a loss. His record is 10-1, but that loss was in fact in his debut last time, or maybe the time before. I think this is his 3rd fight. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't beat Mike Gumman at all. I'll go for TKO in the 1st there. Patrick Cote is fighting Tom Lawler. You know, Lawler is coming off of 2 losses. They're not 2 particularly high calibers. Patrick Cote went all the way up to the title, hurt his knee. When he came back, he lost. So he's actually lost 2 in a row. Now the question is, do we think he'll be back on form now that he's got over his ring rust or not? I don't know. I don't know, because it wasn't a close fight, the one he's just lost. I'll say Patrick Cote by TKO in the 2nd, but I'm not sure of that pick at all. Court McGee is facing Ryan Jensen. McGee's on a 6-fight win streak. Ryan Jensen from Jackson's. I think Jensen should win this one. I'll go for a bar submission in the second. Gabriel Gonzaga, surprisingly enough, statistically, usually wins by submission. But I think he's most known for, and mostly in fact loses to calibers that he fights. But he will forever be known for the UFC 70 event, which I actually went to, where he got a TKO victory, and it was over a very high caliber at the time. That was Krokop, who has really never been the same since. He's facing Brandon Schaub. I think Gabriel Gonzaga will probably win this one. I think I'm going to go for TKO again in the second there. Matt Hamill is fighting Tito Ortiz. Ortiz not as good as he used to be, and Matt Hamill is on a 4-fight win streak. I'll go for Hamill, but I will go for decision. Diego Sanchez is fighting Paulo Thiago. Sanchez is coming off 2 losses. He went all the way up to the title and hasn't actually recovered yet, I don't think, from fighting Penn. He is a Jackson's fighter, so we should expect good things from him. Paulo Thiago also coming off a loss. This one, do you know, I don't know who's going to win at all on this one. I'll go for Diego Sanchez. He needs to win this one if he ever wants to get back towards that title. I'll go for him, but I'm not sure how. Jake Shields is welcomed to the organisation. He is fighting Martin Kampmann. You know, Jake Shields is on an incredible 14-fight win streak, all the way back to 2004. Martin Kampmann on a 2-fight win streak. Thing is, I've seen some of Shields' matches, and he comes quite close to losing at times. That 14-fight win streak, even though it's over some calibers, it's not. They're not, you know, 100% dominations all the time. I hope Jake Shields wins this one. I don't dislike Martin Kampmann at all, but I do hope Jake Shields does well, because I want to see him at least sort of move up in the UFC reasonably quickly. I shall go for him by a decision, I think. And Brock Lesnar versus Cain Velasquez. You know, Brock Lesnar, for somebody who, you know, basically has no background at all and very, very little in the way of experience in MMA, has done surprisingly well despite being fast-tracked. He gets away with it largely because of his size, and he has defeated a lot of the other people who were possibilities for the heavyweight title. Cain Velasquez is one of the last of the major contenders. I hope Cain Velasquez wins. He's got a perfect record of 8 so far, and he is with American Kickboxing Academy, so he has the right credentials. Let's just hope he gets a nice TKO win.